Top of the morning to you. You're welcome to Flip TV Morning News. I am Angela Omolara. News headlines. UCH doctors begin 3-day strike. Tinubu suspend REA MD 3EDS appoint replacement. Government wants revenue sharing reviewed minimum wage. Now the news in detail. Association of Resident Doctor, University College Hospital, Ibadan in Oyo State on Thursday began a 3-day strike over an alleged assault on one of its members by relatives of patients in the hospital. The ARD president, John Oladapo, told newsmen in Ibadan, the state capital, that the resident doctors were demanding a public apology for those who assaulted and inflicted injuries on the doctor on Sunday. He recounted on Sunday one of a members was the target of a deliberate, premeditated, planned rage and furious assault by a patient relation. The doctor was seeing a known sickle cell patient in painful crisis at the emergency department when two men accosted him in the consulting room and started beating him up. The mother of the patient, being seen, tried to intervene but was also beaten up in this assault. In the doctor's attempt to escape, the men chased and beat him up. The security officer of the hospital intervened and rescued the member, but not before he sustained physical injuries. His mental health and esteem were affected. The president therefore called the UCH management to improve its security architecture to avoid further occurrences in the hospital. Also, in the light of new findings unearthed during a comprehensive investigation into the financial activities of the Rural Electrification Agency, President Bola Tinubu has approved the indefinite suspension of the Managing Director CEO of Rural Electrification Agency, Ahmad Salijo Hamad, along 3 executive directors of the agency from office. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Anjuri Ngalale, revealed this in a statement on Thursday. He said, furthermore, President Tinubu has ordered a wider investigation into the conduct of the aforementioned officials in a fraudulent mis-expenditure amounting to over 1.2 billion over the past 2 years, some of which has already been recovered by the anti-graft agencies. Following the suspension of the team, President Tinubu appointed in acting capacity Abba Abubakar Aliyu as the managing director, while Ayo Adegboyega is to serve as the executive director corporate service. Huma Abdullahi is the new executive director technical service, Doris Hubo executive director Rural Electrification Fund, and Olufemi Akinyelure as the head of the project management unit Nigerian Electrification Project. Ngalali added in the statement that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu expects all appointees in his administration to uphold the highest standard of transparency and accountability in the discharge of their duties and reiterate his determination to elevate the yearning of Nigerians for good governance and qualitative service delivery above the narrow interest of individuals who are entrusted to provide critical service to the Nigerian people. Finally, Governor has demanded a review of the revenue allocation formula to enable them to implement the proposed national minimum wage. Governors Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, Caleb of Plateau State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State, and Mohammed Bago of Niger State stated this during the zonal public hearing on the national minimum wage on Thursday. They insisted that the current revenue allocation must be reviewed in favor of states to empower them to meet the workers' expectation. Currently, the federal government gets 52.68%, state 26.72%, and local government 20.60% of the federation account. However, speaking during the meeting held simultaneously in Lagos, Kano, Enugu, Akwa Ibom, Adamawa, and Abuja, workers in state proposed various figures as a living wage, referencing the current economic crunch and high cost of living. The public hearing was meant to receive stakeholders' input, which will consider will be considered by 37-member tripartite committee on the new national minimum wage set by President Bola Tinubu on January 30. Presenting the position of the Southwest Governor at the public hearing in Lagos, chaired by Mr. Wale Edo, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Ministry of Economy, and a member of the tripartite committee at Delike, called for an urgent review of the revenue sharing formula to favor the state and the local government. And that's the TV Morning News. I am Anila Omolara. Stay with us.